Toumani Camara is a hidden gem on this TrailBlazers team, and today I'm going to tell you why. I appreciate you watching this video. If you do enjoy it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as we're hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers soon, and so it would greatly mean a lot. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. This Portland TrailBlazers team has a lot of young talent and a lot of players that get fans excited. You have Scoot Henderson, who was the 3rd overall pick last year, and as of right now is set to hopefully become the Blazers' next star moving forward. You also have Shaedon Sharpe, who's one of the best athletes this team has ever seen, a guy who came to the league right out of high school and has such a good feel for the NBA game. The Blazers have also recently acquired Donovan Clingan from this last year's draft, and he seems like he's going to be a perfect defensive anchor for this team going forward. The Blazers also have Deni Avdija, who I believe is one of those 3-and-D wings that every team really wants on their roster. But I don't see enough people talking about Toumani Camara. Camara was an overlooked piece in the Damian Lillard trade last year, where the Blazers ended up setting Yusuf Nurkic, Nasir Little, and Grayson Allen from Milwaukee to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for DeAndre Ayton and Toumani Camara. Now, I don't know about you guys, but at the time, Toumani Camara just seemed like a throw-in piece. Toumani Camara just seemed like the cherry on top to the Damian Lillard deal, but I don't think anyone really expected him to have much of an impact his rookie season. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Before we talk about his future, let's talk about his past and how he got to the NBA. Toumani Camara was raised in Belgium, and he moved to the United States to attend Chaminade Madonna College Preparatory School in Hollywood, Florida. Camara started his college basketball career with the Georgia Bulldogs and played 2 seasons for them, and then later transferred to the Dayton Flyers after his sophomore season. During college, Toumani averaged 6.6 points and 4.3 rebounds per game during his freshman season with the Bulldogs, in which during that season he was teammates with the future #1 overall pick of the 2020 NBA draft, Anthony Edwards. After his freshman season, Toumani was mentioned as a possible NBA prospect before the start of his sophomore season, but his stock fell, and so he decided to go back to school and play another year for the Bulldogs, which was a great choice for Toumani because he finished off his sophomore season with averages of 12.8 points and a team high 7.7 rebounds per game. But after that season, on April 1st, 2021, he announced that he was going to enter the transfer portal, where he stated that he felt like he would be able to develop more while playing for a different team. Camara played his junior season for the Dayton Flyers and then after declared for the NBA draft, where Camara was selected 52nd overall in the 2023 NBA draft by the Phoenix Suns, and as I mentioned before, was later traded to the TrailBlazers before the start of his rookie season. And I think I speak for a lot of Blazer fans when most people overlooked Toumani and just viewed him as a throw-in piece, but it seems now that he was a lot more than that. Camara played in Summer League last year for the Phoenix Suns, where he averaged 16.3 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in 4 games that he played, where he showed a high IQ on the defensive side of the ball, as well as the ability to score and potentially shoot the ball long term. However, he was an older prospect coming into the league at the age of 23, and so it wasn't super surprising that he played well in Summer League, especially when considering the extra years of college he had under his belt. Before the season started last year, it seemed like there were rumblings that Toumani Camara was a really hard worker and was really surprising coaches in practices. And even before the season started, there were talks that he could even win the starting small forward spot, ahead of players like Matisse Thybulle, Jabari Walker, or even Shaedon Sharpe. However, the start of the season came and Toumani Camara started his first 10 games off the bench. But he won over the starting role just 10 games into the season on November 14th. After Toumani joined the starting lineup, he went on to average 8.4 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 49 games as a starter through the rest of the season. Toumani continued to show his high IQ on defense, making smart plays, and was wildly impactful as an on-ball defender. Now, his shooting didn't start the best. He only averaged 41.4% from the field and 28.6% from 3, but that was only during the first half of the season. But he quickly turned it around and showed great progress the second half of the season, where he averaged 48% from the field and 37.8% from the 3-point line, both huge improvements. So between the defense, shooting improvements, and the great feel for NBA level competition, Toumani Camara solidified himself as a key piece of this Blazers young core for years to come. I think Toumani Camara is primed and ready for a huge sophomore season, where if he can come in and shoot the ball well like he was at the end of last season, and continue to be a pesky on-ball defender like he was in his rookie year, I don't see a world where in 2 to 3 years, he isn't one of those players that every team is desiring. A high IQ defender that can shoot the ball and score, has length, and makes smart plays and plays winning basketball. Even though he is a little bit on the older side for a rebuilding team, he still fits this team's current timeline and appears to be that flexible two-wing that the Blazers have been needing. As for his stats, I don't have big hopes for Toumani, as long as he's playing smart basketball and is a good defender, and is shooting the ball like he was at the end of this last season, then if he's not scoring a lot, I'd probably be okay with that. Considering he finished his rookie season averaging 7.5 points, I think if he was able to get up towards 9 or 10 points a game and average over a steal per game, then I'd be pretty content with that. However, that may not be super realistic because as of right now, it may seem that he has lost his starting role to Deni Avdija. And so if Toumani Camara is coming off the bench at the start of the season, then I don't see him getting the same type of minutes that he was when he was starting last year. But I think Toumani Camara could be a great six-man for this team and be one of the first forwards that come off the bench. And who knows, if the Blazers were to trade Jeremy Grant, then I could even see Toumani Camara winning that starting role back. So there you have it, an overlooked piece in the Damian Lillard trade last offseason that quickly turned into one of the most impactful young pieces on this Blazers rebuilding roster. He's the hidden gem on this Blazers team who really glues everyone together and plays winning basketball and affects this team on a lot of different stats and levels that aren't exactly ones that show up on the stat sheet. He may be a little bit older, but I think he's going to stick with this team for years to come and be a key pivotal piece to this team moving forward. What are your thoughts on Toumani Camara? Where do you rank him amongst the Blazers' young core, and do you think he's a key piece to this team? Make sure to comment below and let me know your thoughts on Toumani Camara and your hopes for his sophomore season, and how you think he slides in on this team. Should he start, or are you fine with him coming off the bench? But with that said, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out of here. Check out my previous video all about Jeremy Grant, and until next time, I'll see you later.